noise over the radio. I don't know. What do you call it? Well, I'm just going to let you listen. Listen to this.
You guys need to be professional pilots. This is why you're still flying RJ.
Okay, so they're meowing, they're barking. Air traffic control having to remind them to be professional. When we asked the FAA about this, they said they investigate all situations where pilots may have violated any regulation. Let's bring in Tom Costello. First of all, lot of thoughts here. I'm not going to give my takes, but let's just say, number one, RJ means what? Regional jets?
Regional jet.
That was like a dig then, right?
Big
the air
dig.
traffic controller is basically saying your antics are why you're not hitting the big leagues.
That's right.
It's sort of like weird and funny, but also, is it not kind of dangerous too to be tying up the traffic with this?
Listen, I'll give you my opinion. I think it's outrageous. I think it's juvenile. A bunch of 12-year-olds. I mean, up there on a radio. By the way, they were on frequency 121.50. That's the Guard emergency channel. You're supposed to have it on all the time, right? And only on it, only talking when you have an emergency. Apparently, this kind of, I'll say it, juvenile, stupid behavior has been going on for more than 20 years, in which pilots out over the ocean usually, for some reason, are getting into this meow meow bark bark thing, and it may have some connection to a movie 20 years ago that I don't even know. But professional pilots find it outrageous.
Well, that's so interesting. So I was going to ask, like, why the meowing and the barking? Is it like a thing in the pilot community? Maybe, kind of?
Everybody I've talked to about this say they don't get it. It's dumb, it's stupid, and it is disrespectful. Reagan Airspace, we just lost 67 people last year in a crash at Reagan, and of course, communication or the trouble communicating was determined to be one of the factors, not the deciding factor. Now, the question is, who was it? And I asked the FAA, I've asked pilots, is there any way to triangulate this?
Yeah.
Can you go back and figure out who was actually speaking? And the answer is, we don't think so. By the way, there's a rule. Here's the Delta. Delta is saying that we continue to investigate. We cannot authenticate any details of the exchange, including whether a Delta or Delta Connection regional flight may have been involved, but we expect pilots will always conduct themselves professionally. There is a sterile cockpit rule.
What does that mean?
It is essentially the rule of all aviation. Below 10,000 feet, you must always keep it extremely and solely professional. In other words, if you're in the cockpit, you guys haven't climbed up yet, or even if you're at 7,500, you don't talk about what you're going to have for dinner tonight. It is only about the performance of the aircraft and your jobs. So I think it's fair to say that if you're on the radio barking and meowing at whatever altitude, that would be perceived as really, inappropriate and in violation of the sterile cockpit rule. But one of the FAA guys I talked to today said, if we find out who did it, what rule can we really cite? If they're above 10,000 feet and they're messing around on the radio, it may really end up being, if they can determine who it was, the airlines who take action against their pilots.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Witnesses reported that two small groups had met up at that location, exchanged words. Those words became physical, and then a shooting occurred. Following the shooting, several individuals had fled the store on foot. Officers recovered one firearm that is believed to have been involved in the incident.
We're gonna begin tonight with a breaking news update to a story we've been telling you.
Go! Yeah, go ahead. I ain't stupid enough to follow you. Hey Siri, call 911.
Do you need police, fire, medical?
Police.
What's the address of the emergency?
I just got off of the Cheyenne exit of the 15, and I am turning down 5th Street.
And what's the emergency there?
There is a red Tesla following me. She threatened me with her gun.
Okay. There was someone in a red Tesla following you off of the freeway,
Yes.
and they had a gun?
Yes.
Okay, are they still following you?
Yes, they are.
Okay, what type of vehicle are you in? What color make and model?
I'm in a blue Honda Accord Sport.
Okay. And did he point the gun at you, or did he just raise his head?
She pointed the gun at me, and she just threw something at my car. And I also want to let you know that I am armed as well.
Okay, are you still driving westbound on Cheyenne? What road are you crossing?
I'm on 5th going north.
You said you're going northbound on 5th now?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm going to do is guide you down to one of our police stations where you can meet officers, okay?
Okay. Please be fast because I am speeding and they're
I
coming out.
understand. I have the call set up.
I'm coming up to a red light. Craig.
Okay. You said you're going towards Craig?
Yep.
I need you to take a right-hand turn on Craig.
Alright. You said a right-hand turn?
And he's still following you, correct?
I made a left-hand turn.
Okay, and that Tesla's still following you?
Yes, I'm passing Goldfield.
Okay.
Coming up on Commerce. Coming up on Commerce.
Okay. I need you to go southbound on Commerce for me.
Southbound? Towards the strip, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I need you to go southbound. I'm going to guide you down to our station at Las Vegas Boulevard in the Civic Center.
Great. Do I stay on Commerce? Tell me my next step. I'm already on
Yes,
Commerce.
ma'am.
Let's go.
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you just keep driving down Commerce, okay? I'm obviously driving to you. When you get to Cheyenne, I need you to take a left-hand turn.
Cheyenne? Cheyenne left. Alright, you got it.
Yes, ma'am. Let me know whenever you get to Cheyenne.
I'm coming up on a red light and she's coming up on the side of me. I'm gonna turn down Gowan. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Just keep moving, okay?
Yep.
Are you taking a left or right on Gowan?
Taking a left.
Okay, just keep driving eastbound on Gowan. When you get to 5th, go south, okay?
Coming up on 5th. And going south.
Okay, is the Tesla still following?
Yes, it is. Flashing its lights right behind me.
Okay. Okay, whenever you get to Cheyenne, take a left.
Alright.
And if you're unable to take a left on Cheyenne, that's okay. Just keep driving down the south on 5th.
I'm gonna
Whichever one is safer.
pull up.
The intersection I'm leading you to is Las Vegas Boulevard and Civic Center to the Municipal Court. It's our police station, okay? We do have officers driving to you. It's just to get you to our station to be safe.
Alright, I went across Craig. I mean at Cheyenne.
Are you still going southbound?
Yes.
Okay. When you get to Cary, take a left.
Try.
Yes, ma'am. You're doing a good job.
She's gonna try to make me stop.
Are they still behind you?
No, they're in front of me now. Alright, you said a left on Cary, right?
Yes, ma'am. We're left on Cary. Okay, you're almost to the station. Whenever you get to Civic Center, I need you to take a right, okay?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Coming out to Civic Center. That light is just after the speed. Just be careful, big on your approaching around. Okay, do you still see that Tesla?
I think it's behind me, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, I'm about to pull up to, I'm passing behind the Smiths. You said make a right?
Yes, ma'am. Make a right on Civic Center at the light.
Okay, I turned right.
Okay. Whenever you get to Las Vegas Boulevard, either go straight or take a left. Just let me know which one you're doing. That should be the station on the left side of the light.
I'm going straight. I'm turning in this
Okay,
left hand pocket,
one of my
right?
officers has eyes on you. He's behind you, okay? Just
Okay.
keep pulling into the parking lot until he turns his lights on.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Just stay on the light, or the phone on until we get to you, okay?
Okay. So I just,
After you go through the light at Las Vegas Boulevard, there should be a little turnaround where you can pull off into the parking lot. Are you in
Yep.
municipal court now?
yeah. I just passed an officer. I'm in the parking lot where the flashing blue light is.
Give me 1 second, okay?
Yeah, I'm in the municipal court police department.
Okay, I do have officers that are out there. They do see you. Just let me know when you're...
Assembling your new washable plush rug. Step 1. Unroll. Step 2. That's it. There is no step 2. Enjoy.
This is ridiculous. He forced me here.
I'm gonna go put you in front, guys.
I'm not doing it.
Most people would think that at a police station where all the officers usually congregate and get ready, there would be no disturbances. But actually, it's a lot more common than you think. But very rarely does it turn out that you end up needing 6 officers to calm one person down, and then the lieutenant has to take them into custody. This is one of those.
Get out of here. I'm not talking to you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Hey, I'm Lieutenant Moss. We go over here. What's going on, man?
No, I'm not getting it.
No, you're fine, man. I just want to talk with you, figure out what's going on. Just so you know, our body cameras are all okay, so we're talking. So what's going on today?
A police officer who didn't make 300-foot signals. That's a crime, right? Because I got pulled over multiple times for that.
Okay.
Okay, so I was following him. I was recording him.
Okay.
He pulls over in the middle of a roadway. I stop because if I go around him, he's going to pull me over, correct?
Not if it's a...
Okay, whatever. He gets 8 police officers to pull up on me and intimidate me. They pull me out the car, they handcuff me, they push me up against the car, and they fucking reach into all my fucking pockets Trying to find my wallet. Can't find my wallet. It's in my pocket.
First off, you see this person who's completely amped up, who's inside the police station. This unit of a lieutenant who's in plain clothes is really working well at de-escalating this situation. In spite of some things that you might see, that you see me say all the time, well, there is no pat down, I believe the lieutenant is actually doing these things because he doesn't want to amp the guy up, and he believes that he's able to control the situation by just this visual. And you can still have the uniform officers out of eye shot, but still ready to go into a tactical whatever they need to do. Another really interesting thing is I'm hearing some active listening skills from lieutenants, specifically something that's called minimal encouragers. You'll see them engaging with eye contact, but they'll also say things like, okay, to show that you're actually listening. This guy looks like he's definitely going through something. Lieutenant's doing a really good job so far.
Scream, cuss, push me. Oh, as far as almost punched me. Put his finger on a taser. Intimidated.
So, I wasn't out there, man, so
Yeah, I know you weren't out there. Unprofessional conduct.
Okay.
And peaceful conduct.
Okay.
First of all, how would, if a citizen did that to a police officer, would they get in jail time? So all this police immunity, all this bullshit you guys have is ridiculous.
It's Nathan, right?
I want him to leave.
You see, he gets eye contact with the uniform officers, and the lieutenant's still trying to divert it back. This is exactly what police, I love seeing this kind of stuff. This is good here.
Step on yourself. So, I guess my question is, Nathan, I've never met you, man. I don't know who you are.
I'm manic, and I'm pissed off. You know why? Because I knew your police officers, your fucking sheriff, told me to leave this town if I don't like the police discrimination. You know what happened? I did. You know what happens? I come back to show house, and then people pull me the fuck over because I'm following a police officer.
You said the Whopper is the best burger in America, when made right. So with your feedback, we've perfected every bite, so that every Whopper is made your way and never smashed. Because there's a new king, and it's you.
I don't know what all went on out there.
Right, you don't know what happens, you don't know, but you're on their side. You're on your people's side.
I'm not saying
Whatever.
that, but there's routes to go about getting this addressed.
Routes and their FOIAs, and then you hide behind your FOIAs.
Tone, perfect, calm, reason, and still tactically in a position that if he has to do something, he can, and the other officers are out of eye shot. Very good stuff, and no crossfire.
What needs to happen is they need to be in prison. Right now.
Here's the thing, man. If they're committing criminal offenses, there's a way to go about that. You file a citizen's complaint.
Okay, give it to me.
Okay, let me give it to you.
God damn. What's with the attitude?
You're getting met with what you're given.
Okay. You're a public servant.
You're not going to come in and treat my civilian staff.
They're civilians. They're in the same place you are.
Okay, fill it out and get it back to me.
Pen.
Time to go.
Pen.
Okay, dude.
I'm filling it out.
Time to go. You can do that. Bring it back. Time to go.
What's your fucking problem, dude?
Telling you to leave the lot and go.
Why?
Because you're causing an issue.
Causing an issue? Your police officers cause an issue. Yet you don't get the same response to them.
And I'm telling
this motherfucker.
And I'm telling you. Carry on.
I believe this lieutenant likely has what's called crisis intervention training, which is a certified, standardized training. You get a pin, and every department's pin is different. This was my department from Las Vegas, and sometimes you'll see them on the collar here. The way that he's doing this stuff makes me feel like he's likely has that type of training, which is really good.
I'm telling you how to go down there.
Give me a fucking pen.
You're not going to complete it right here the way you're acting. Take it.
Fine, I'll take it. Show me.
There's pins right there. You can take it with you. I don't care, man. You're not going to sit here and yell at everybody.
But your sergeant can sit and yell at me?
You're probably getting met with how you're acting with them.
It doesn't matter.
Look at this lieutenant and his size. He looks like he's extraordinarily athletic. He doesn't look like he has any less lethal options like a taser or anything else on his belt. The lieutenant's size in some ways, I believe, is de-escalating the situation, because who wants to jump on this guy? I mean, this lieutenant looks like he'll wrap somebody up in a pretzel, which is why I say these things to officers. I never say it when I'm talking about them. It's never to demean them. I want officers to go home. It's a testament to policing when you see someone who takes care of themselves and looks great in civilian clothes and in uniform.
I pay your salary.
Okay. Time to go.
No.
Your time to go, dude. I'm giving you the option of walking out, or we're gonna go.
Don't f***ing touch go, okay?
Tell him to give me some charge.
You pushed me.
Go.
You pushed my arm. You pushed my arm.
Walk, dude. I'm giving you the opportunity to go.
Thugs. I'll fill it out right here. It makes no difference to me.
And I don't have a problem with that, but you're not gonna sit here and yell at everybody.
I don't give a what I do. Yell.
Okay, and there's parameters about going about things. That's how you go about fixing this.
Whatever. It's all the same. Nothing's gonna happen. Wait till I get what I want.
Here's one thing that I know for sure can potentially be helpful to police and the person you're dealing with. Would it not be a good idea to potentially have medical stand by in case you have to go hands-on? Because he's saying that he's manic and he's having some type of episode. I don't know if they have a medical person inside the building that they can get to very quickly, but having medical on standby from a liability perspective, if this goes south, you're going to be asked, well, if you saw that he was in this manic episode, why not have medical close by? The other thing I'd like to ask, do we want to send this guy away the way that he's acting into the street, acting the way he's acting, or send him home? These are things that we want to think about. But again, I'm really pleased with a lot of stuff that I'm seeing. It's about de-escalation and professionalism, and that's good.
How is this reported?
What's that?
How is this reported?
You're gonna follow through administrative office and there'll be an investigation done on it.
How reported?
In person.
Jesus Christ. It's not in person if you're kicking me out, you stupid. Complaint address. What is the address?
You made multiple complaints today. Do you want it from the time that you created an issue with my deputy, or do you want it right here?
What is the address?
The address of what?
This place right here.
Here?
Yes!
This is 104 West Front Street.
Business thing.
The sheriff's office.
Telephone number.
I have no idea what your telephone number is.
That's your own phone number.
Right in front of you.
Oh, it's right there. See? Look, right there.
Everybody's name and badge numbers.
Well, which one are we talking about?
You. All of them.
I'm the deputy boss.
Everybody who I've seen today.
Okay, and I don't know who owns out on the stop. Like I said, you're not giving me time to do a full-blown investigation on this. I'm Lieutenant Moss. Put that down.
You think they give me time to do a full-blown testament of what the happens to me when they pull me over and take me out the car and put me in handcuffs?
I'm trying to freaking help you, man.
No, you're not.
I'm asking these guys who was out there. Was it you on the... Okay, hey, Nathan.
I told you once already I don't want to see your face. What's his name and badge number? Badge number. I know his name. What's his badge number?
I don't know it off the top of my head.
What is your badge number? 15 tries. Doug, how old are you?
That's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant. How old are you? How old are you?
I have spoken about the babyface officer challenge, super young looking officers. People challenge officers when they see that they look super young, and officers who look young have that to deal with on top of sometimes being new. The other thing I'd like to point out is if you notice the officer on the right here with his hands inside of his vest, that's actually a pretty tactical positioning. In fact, having your hands up and ready, I'm sure he can pull his hands out very quickly, get into whatever type of position he needs to get into. There's a reason why we rest our hands up, and it's very tactical if you train that way, because you can get your hands out really quickly and your hands are already up to protect whatever you need to protect.
What are you going to do?
Nathan, your paperwork and leave.
Blood? Doug. Time, multiple dates. Thuggish officers use intimidation factors to unceremoniously harass me. No, it's not a systematic technique. Unprofessional conduct creates civil disobedience.
As you see this number of officers, the courts will look at that if something happens for sure. The number of officers that were there, because that's a degree of force. Having a plan, who is going to go hands-on cuffing, who is likely going to be the taser person, and have that plan and have an alternate plan, because you're going to be asked if this goes south.
If you want to treat this town like a slave ship, do it and not the 21st century.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
You woke up on me, brother. You're gonna regret it.
What are you gonna do
right now?
What are you gonna do?
Not
Strike
walk
me
up
down.
on me.
Strike me down.
Walk up on
Strike me down.
Listen to me. If you want to file this, you need to complete it. Put your name, signature.
I'm not signing it.
Okay, hold
You guys aren't having my slave name.
Okay, well then this is. Hey, don't touch me. You're back.
Get out of my way!
Nathan.
He can stand wherever he wants.
No, he can't.
Nathan.
No, he can't.
Nathan.
Don't touch me.
Then step back.
Quit approaching us in an aggressive manner, Nathan.
And you wonder why you got put in handcuffs.
You wonder why?
Time to go, dude.
You wonder why?
Hey, you guys are fight man.
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Next time I come here, it'll be fun.
Don't trespass. You understand?
You have to criminal trespass me, then. I need a citation.
He's giving you the first step.
So when I need the sheriff's office, what am I supposed to do?
If you're here for an official business, that's fine. You can't just show up and act like
This is ridiculous. He forced me here.
Awesome. We got a piece of paper for him if you want it.
Okay.
Fuck you.
1 minute. We'll get it.
Fuck you. Son.
Let's go. I'll get your paper.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? You can't do nothing.
Get your paper.
You're just a little crony. Stupid. What's he finna do? Except harass me and threaten me. That was just a threat.
He's giving you the piece of paper you literally just asked for.
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay, then hang tight, man.
Hang tight, leave, dude. Everything out of your mouth is just a...
Nathan, I'm trying to stop. Don't touch me. Don't go trying to leave if you just stand right here.
He told you to leave. What are you doing
over
here?
there? Time to go. Put your hands behind your back. Give me another cuff.
I'm not... Hey, I'm not...
You're under arrest.
I'm not doing it. I was leaving.
Secure. Take it down.
Can I keep this off?
Escort position for control done perfectly, and the lieutenant is not even in uniform, and he's still doing all this stuff. This guy, there's this reason why this guy is a lieutenant, and he looks like he's still pretty young. When you have bigger people, you take 2 sets of cuffs, it still restrains them, because to put this guy's hands behind his back with 1 set of cuffs would have been very, very difficult. In every sense, I noticed that this police department, really, really professional stuff here, and this lieutenant is definitely someone that this department can be proud of from what I'm seeing in this video.
You guys told me that you wanted to give me a thing.
That's what you wanted. Let's get him searched. Let's get him searched. Let's get him searched. Let's get him searched.
Hey, can we take a second here?
You take it? No, we're past that.
Look, I'm not saying don't harass me. I'm not saying don't arrest me. I'm saying, dude, take a second. Can we calm down?
No, we're done. We are done.
Stop yelling at me. Stop pushing me. Stop.
Oh, you got the paper? Oh, here it is. Notice of trespass. Nathan Dennis. You're hereby notified that you're not allowed around this premises.
I'll go down
This is one straight to jail. Come on. Someone notified the jail.
This is something that I'd like to mention.
Yeah, they've shown that one a couple of times, I think, just showing how they handled that. Yeah, I think they gave him way more leeway than they should have. Yeah, a lot more surprised he didn't get put in cuffs sooner.
With Dupixent, stay ahead of moderate to severe eczema with clearer skin and less itch. The number.
No, it's the birds outside. Yeah, it's about 5 a.m. here. It's 4:55.
In action to disrupt suspected sex trafficking and commercial sexual exploitation in our communities. I'll be speaking about an operation in the Matsu Valley, and momentarily I'll have Chief Caseland, Anchorage Police Department, speak about the operation simultaneously in Anchorage. Following a year-long investigation, state troopers, along with other enforcement partners, executed search warrants at 3 illicit massage businesses.
First up here at 11, a dog attack inside a Walmart is raising questions over policies about dogs being allowed in stores. This happened at the Walmart in Palm Harbor when a terrier mix and a chihuahua got into a fight. 5 people were injured, including both dog owners. Fox 13's Blake Devine got some answers from Walmart about their policy and spoke with a dog trainer about why dogs in stores could be a bad combination.
Earlier today, 2 dogs, including a terrier mix and a chihuahua mix, suddenly started.
I can just see it now. The poor judge. What are you guys here for?
Do an operation. Search warrants were
Their
executed
support
in 3
pet bit my
Mexico
support pet
locations.
at Walmart.
As a result, troopers arrested 4 individuals on felony sexual trafficking charges. Additional charges may be filed at a later time. A key priority
Quit looking at me,
identifying
Swan.
and supporting victims. Individuals believed to be victims were contacted by investigators and given offered advocacy, support, and also connected with
Morning.
resources and support organizations. These individuals were not the
this is
focus of
on,
the investigation. They were the reason for the investigation.
Alaska News Source.
This operation reflects the strength of joint law enforcement partnerships between APD, AST, the FBI, and I also want to thank other agencies, the Wasilla Police Department, Homeland Security, U.S. Border Patrol, U.S. Army Criminal Investigative Division, U.S. Coast Guard, and the Alaska Department of Law. Complex criminal investigations into human trafficking require coordinated, multi-agency efforts, and that's exactly what happened in this particular investigation. These type of operations hide in plain sight, appearing as legitimate businesses. Community awareness is key. Something that feels wrong should be reported. Tips from the public can play an important part in moving these investigations along. We will continue to do these investigations. We will identify illicit operations across Alaska. We will dismantle them. And we will ensure that the responsible parties are held accountable.
Well, you know,
This time I'd
here
like
we
to
go. I
turn
know
it
some
over to
people in
Chief
class
Bates,
speaking up
Police
about
Department,
the
speak about the Anchorage operation.
dogs.
that took place
Jesus.
simultaneously with the Alaska
You know,
State Troopers.
there's levels. Yeah, I guess to the point where you have so many people bringing their support pets on planes and into your grocery stores. Yeah, and when sometimes the people rolling around these dogs in their carts, when it's all just a show, really. And they're having to pause by the kumquats or the heads of lettuce.
When we think about the victims involved,
So you go, oh, poor baby, needs its conjunctivitis medicine. The dog's like gooing at the eyes, and it's sitting in the cart where a child would normally sit.
that they're working and that law enforcement enter into
All that's soft padding and comfortable. Probably even has a coat and a hat.
very difficult to talk about. We trust law enforcement in a situation.
Oh, and its nails are painted. Isn't that cute? Right, so when people are powdering their dog's asses and putting its conjunctivitis medicine in while you're picking out your groceries, and you can see fleas jumping off of it.
They can further the investigation to get us to the point we're at.
And the person with the dog seems perfectly well enough.
As a result of this investigation, it's clear that trafficking human beings is unacceptable in the state of Alaska.
I mean, I'm just wondering, when does a support pet become?
The FBI and the rest of our agencies.
And even then,
continue to keep the pressure.
it's kind of
on staff.
ridiculous,
Yesterday,
don't you think?
We executed 6 search warrants in Anchorage, resulting in.
It's like, where do you draw the line? Can I bring my parrot in on my shoulder? Just walk around the bird on my shoulder? No, because it might fly away. Okay, so the dog might bite someone.
with state code enforcement.
I've
because there are some
actually,
things
myself,
that will make these investigations
have had encounters where the dog will come right up to you and jump up on you. Oh, it's okay, they're friendly. I don't fucking care. If you can pet it, it's friendly. And I don't want to pet your dog.
These are cash businesses. You can imagine
Down,
businesses
Poochie.
running off cash.
Don't be mean to my dog. You're about to get kicked in the fucking face. Yeah, back the fuck up. Right, so I really hope that the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine do what they're supposed to do to help our human children in the hands of these sick fucking punks. Yeah, they like to protect their drugs and dogs over human beings, and we were sick of that when we were 4 years old. So you're not going to tell us shit, dude. Right, I really hope that they get their heads out of their asses. The local citizens that are left around here, a lot of them have moved away over the decades, you know.
Partnership to continue to make an impact within the state. And
I know, I wonder if Alex Jones is going to get balls and actually stand up for himself or keep being their little fucking bitch. But like we said, sweet dreams, some of them like to be their little bitch.
Good morning.
Yeah, when the shit hits the fan,
On the special agent in charge of the Anchorage Field Office, which serves all
they teach people lessons for smack talk, because that's how it goes. They move out of the state, country, into their little protected areas.
force, fraud, or coercion. This threat cannot be.
And now you're coming into the twilight
To
zone.
effectively dismantle these criminal enterprises and operate in their
Hopefully.
The FBI works together with our local, state, and federal partners to intensify operational efforts and recover victims of these crimes. This brings me to the efforts and results announced today. This coordinated effort and operation conducted by Alaska State Troopers, Anchorage Police Department, and the FBI and multiple other partners was critical in disrupting a local human trafficking ring, protecting vulnerable individuals, ensuring alleged traffickers are brought to justice. The FBI Anchorage Field Office provided specialized law enforcement support leading up to and during the investigation with a victim.
Susan Collins secured $190 million in federal funding for Maine's rural hospitals, the largest federal investment in rural healthcare in more than 20 years. Rural healthcare systems need critical upgrades to aging equipment and facilities.
A dramatic crash overnight in the city of Industry.
A Corvette flew off the 60 freeway and ended up slamming into a car dealership. KTLA's Aaron Myers is live on scene with those details. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning to you both. We are told by the CHP that the driver of this Corvette and a passenger in the vehicle were okay, which is somewhat surprising when you see what happened. But I'll step out of the way. You can see the damage here to the Maserati dealership of Puente Hills. Now, we do want to let you know we got witness video. This witness video was obtained here at the scene. A witness obtained it. And I want to warn you, it could be hard to watch. Airborne and flipped several times before hitting the dealership. Video from earlier this morning also shows how much damage the blue Corvette sustained during the crash. Authorities have not said what may have caused the driver to lose control, but the witness tells us that he was sideswiped by the Corvette while driving on the 60, saying the driver of the Corvette appeared to be going very fast when they lost control and hit his BMW. The witness didn't want to be identified, but spoke to us about what happened.
Combating human trafficking.
The carpool lane and a Corvette and another vehicle were both racing, driving recklessly, and they ended up sideswiping me at probably, I want to say, well over 110 miles an hour, and instantly pretty much felt the impact, and they flew off the freeway, jumping across about four lanes, and then flipping, doing multiple flips, and then pretty much crashing into the dealership.
The CHP says at this time there isn't corroborating evidence of racing, saying the investigation is currently related to property damage. They did tell us they got the call around 1:45 this morning for a vehicle that came off the 60 West. This is near Gale Avenue and Auto Mall West. Along with damage to the dealership, the CHP log shows fencing was knocked down and a light pole was also broken. And we are told building and safety has been requested to come check out the dealership. Now back here live once again, the driver and passenger in that Corvette, according to the CHP, are okay. And as of this morning, we are told no arrests have been made. Reporting live here in the City of Industry, I'm Erin Myers. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
I guess, my first question would be, what is the role of those who were arrested and charged in this debate? The ringleaders, teams talk a little bit about, where they fit and what special agents talk about kind of a ring here.
Yeah, I'll have Captain Tony Wegman, who's the commander of the Alaska Bureau of Investigation. He can provide some insight there.
Hey, good morning. With regards to what were the roles of the members that were arrested in any of the locations across Alaska, I first and foremost probably defer to the charging documents for the specifics, but I will say that without a doubt...
Want free Domino's slice sauce? Just order any handmade pan or Parmesan stuffed crust pizza.
Assembling your new washable plush rug. Step 1. Step 2. That's it.
Press release said additional charges may be filed as the investigation continues. So I'm curious, does that mean we're anticipating potential charges to be filed arrested, or
Put your arms behind your back. 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 Now! Do not move. Understand me?
With regards to additional arrests or additional charges, first and foremost,
stay down. Now. Do not move. In case. Stand up. Stand up. Walking onto a squad, please. It's detained. All right. What's going on, man? Get out of here.
That knife. Does he have a knife on him?
Alright, maybe hop right here, man.
You're tall.
Yeah. These cars don't have a whole lot of room either. Sorry about that.
I was going to see if they had so she
That's why I told Clicker, I said just go with him and let me talk to her.
see if you can get it. So she did tell me the bathroom. So I came in. The door was wide open. We got so me and Brandon just went straight back. And then he was right there, like, with her on her shoes and in like a fetal position. Yeah. And so then
Since police rescue a girl from violent brother in the last moment and didn't expect the law to apply to him. All right, we're reading a quick, let's see, page 401. Modern Dutch literature since 1880. Alright, I'll try to read some of this. Let's see. Yeah, my voice, see if it holds up. We're going to do page 399. In this novel, the comedians were in Columbia University Literature, Book 8, The Great Literature of Small Nations. In his novel, The Comedians, a story of Rome in the days of the Emperor Domitian. He describes a horrible scene in the theater of Pompeii. A criminal nailed on the cross is surrendered as a prey to a wild bear. A small group among the audience do not wait to see the consummation of this novel made of administering justice. Quintilian, Tacitus, Juvenal, Pliny, Virginius, Rufus, Suetonius have risen from their seats. "Come away with us," they call out to Marshall. "I am saying." "I am staying," answers the poet. "This is my own time. I want to look on that I may know." "Indeed," Juvenal joins in, "our time which one day I will scourge, and I," replies Marshall, "will no less celebrate it in verse, since I am only a poet." To Corporus has to Marshall the grandeur that was Rome, even in its decline, had charm and beauty, and by right of poetic fancy he made the period that was Marshall's his own. He played with people's destinies, and he played with the Dutch language, handling them either with graceful nonchalance or distorting them into something forced and unreal, has the whim of his playful mood dictated. He possessed, unlike Amance, a saving sense of humor. In Van and over Mijzelf, Van and over mezelf, and Anderen, of and concerning myself and others, he smiled with gentle irony at his own idiosyncrasies, and these delicate sketches of mocking self-revelation are perhaps his most precious contribution to literature. Mocking self-revelation. Against the individualism of the 80s, a poet of the next generation, C.S. Adama van Scheltema, 1877 to 1924, made a vigorous and well-reasoned attack in Die Grundlagen einer neuen Poesie, the foundations of a new poetry. He was not of the school that believes art to be a cult for the chosen few. To him there could be no art that was not for the many. In one of his songs he likened the hearts of men to rippling brooks which all come together into one glittering stream, a stream of beauty underneath life's turmoil, carrying the voices of all those hearts to the wide, ocean-like, an infinite dream. By that stream, with earnest gaze and tender, listen they whom men call poets. These, bending over many a mirrored wonder, like the reed that rustles in the breeze, sing your lives, fast, fleeting melodies. The poet, in other words, is not the interpreter of his own self, but must, while giving utterance to his emotions, voice in that utterance the feelings that live inarticulate in the community of men. His poetry is the mystic voice of our common muteness. Scheltema was a singer for the people, and the people listened and gave echo to his song. Each new book of verse that he published became a household treasure, and composers vied with one another to set his deities to music. The poet's radiant joy in life made them popular.
Only in his last volume did he sound a note of despondency. The war had hurt him cruelly, and the wound had left a deep scar. Though a citizen of a neutral nation, he felt that no neutral was invulnerable to the shame and the horror of the war. We too, who stood confounded at the crash of those judgment days, we too were among the wounded, the branded by that blaze. We, fightless at a distance, we too lost in stress. We lost our past existence, has a withered uselessness. The years stretch out behind us, so vainly long, so drear, and the thought how the future will find us is bitter with doubt and fear. Schlettema was a singing apostle of socialism. Miss Henriette Roland Holst, 1869 through unknown, is the inspired prophet of the communist millennium. In Die Neue Geburt, 1903, she gave a poet manifesto of her conversation to the creed of Marx. She did not belong by birth to the polar right, but joined their cause out of compassion with their lot, and in belief that her verse would be a rallying song to the unorganized toilers. Born at the turning of the tide, within our eyes the paling afterglow of the old world sun that set in mist, with lips ready pursed for a new greeting, and in our hearts a discord of desire for dreams of long ago that we have lost, and for the new dreams bursting into bloom. Thus we must wander through bitter years, forever fighting and faltering. Of hope and regret, of fighting and faltering, she has made a lyrical record in volume after volume of impassioned verse. When the Russian Revolution had brought the communists to power, hope prevailed over doubt, and in Verzonkin Grenzen, Submerged Bounds, she sang the coming of the tide of love, which will submerge the bounds that separate human beings, who until now have lived, prisoners, each in his own narrow cell, where the flame of love burns with a faint glimmer. Then in humanity, full of rest and safe from hate, shall be born a new heart, and in the lower buds a new laugh, and therefore is our will sacred, and our fight the morning glimmer across eternity of a new day. But the sacrifice of self was the price that had to be paid before the consummation could be brought to pass. For dreams cannot lift the world upwards, and when we are active, the dream is lost. That is the pain. What water can still it? And the poet answers, the water from the fount of that love which gives man strength to suffer sacrificial death for the salvation of mankind in pain. There is one deed which stands alone between all other deeds erect, and of the dream the pearly light flows like a soft veil about her. Calmly she stands in her white majesty. She who is strong has strife, but has lost all the loudness and shrillness of the strife. Blessed the man chosen to do that deed. Blessed the man who goes to the sacrifice. In him dream and deed are reborn into one. And death by love's self-sacrifice becomes a new reality, not different or barred from life, but a light above the abyss of life, the shining origin of life itself. I see how they prepare out of thee the drink of life that tastes sweet to man, and knead thee, O death, and thy brother pain, into the bread of life, golden and round. There is a flavor in those words of old, and vulnerable wine poured into new bottles. The poet's adoration of love, her magnificent hymn to sacrificial death, wielding the dream and the deed into one, the vision of men needing the bread of life out of death, offer a striking analogy to the story of the man on the cross, whose death has been the bread of life to generation after generation. Love, life, and death form the trinity that has inspired the poets of all ages to their devotion of song. And the greatest were those in whom the passion of worship burnt like a consuming flame. Of these, Miss Rowland Hulst, in the creative impulse of her visions, thought blossoms into image as naturally as the bud opens into the rose. And it is to this plastic power that her poetry owes its beauty. We may not believe in the message. We cannot help believing in the poetry, as poetry will be read with the message, when the message will have lost its appeal. In spite of Skletma's and Mrs. Rowland Hulst's revolt, Dutch poetry is still under the spell of the 80ers and chiefly expressive, as theirs was, of individual joy and sorrow, but more of sorrow than of joy. Indisputably the greatest among the poets who began to write when the New Gids movement was losing impetus is P.C. Bounton's 1870 to unknown, the poet of poets of the introspective mood. By training a classical scholar, he shows in his first technique a classical regard for beauty of form and a noble restraint of feeling by thought. Owing to his proud aloofness from the passions astir among the people of the present age, his poetry, mysteriously phrased and expressive of intellectual emotion, appeals to only a small circle of readers, and of his books, however, a modernized version of the medieval legend of Beatrice has gained great popularity. His book of poems appeared in 1898 with an introduction by Ludwig van Diesel, which contained, among other exquisite things, the lines of which the following is a translation. My paled thoughts go seeking thee in the night watches, like tired sheep that struggle to the distant fold. They flocked the darkness white with twilight glimmering patches, gazing the shadow slopes along the gloom steeped wold. W-O-L-D. Wold. Although I try each day with sun and gentle pleading to soothe my own fold and pasture their dumb plaint, still in the dusky eve their long-drawn bleat, unheeding, breaks open towards the dark the gates of my restraint. Anguished, I watched with them while they nearer falter to grief, which now between us flows a wide, bleak stream. By mark them safely climb the bank across the water, and fade away afar in haze of distant dream. Thus, midst the waning night, all joy and sorrow fleeting, I feel the hours glide as though a lifeless town, till, with the rising sun, their unconsoled bleating turns to the fold and cries along the dew-drenched down. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you for the request. Endless material, beautiful material to read. And all of it is, an insight and a glimpse into history and others living life, experiencing. It's just so interesting to learn about those things and how we have such an ease of living
the capabilities there. Maybe not everybody is experiencing that, whether that be from lack of awareness, kindness, money. I mean, it seems silly because there is more than enough to feed, clothes, house, and give everybody basic needs. And it's just strange when you see so many living way beyond those means. And I'm not talking about just because they have more money. There are so many rich people that do not live beyond their means. I know millionaires that do not live beyond their means. And I know people that make, $250,000 a year that live way beyond their means. Or you could take a couple homeless people who have nothing in the bank. One lives way beyond their means and one doesn't. How is that? Right, so when you start to understand those things, it kind of lifts a lot of that evil judgment. And a lot of people don't like that, because that means giving up a belief that is very childish and make-believe, and it's hard for them to see that. Right, for us it's really tedious. I mean, we've done this for decades. But we also understand it's a part of a process. Yeah, I mean, we're not always there. I mean, sometimes we're on stage 10 and we're wake the fuck up, motherfuckers. Right? I know people don't like that. They think it's mean, and they want to try to cast us in some bucket of the psychos that we see people having to deal with. I know it's interesting how they cast these shadows and buckets upon people in these communities over the years, and you can see it when you start looking into it, why they choose to do that to certain people, and then how the children pay. And it's pretty bad. It's to the point where the children are so over-medicated, vaccine injured, brain damaged for whatever reason, that they can't talk and tell you the abuse they're going through. And the producers of these child and animal pornographies are right here. And we've pinpointed other ones for you too. And when you see how those are hostage situations, when you see this situation and you see how fucking stupid the people are, and how they have people that will rebel and make threats if they even think about addressing the issues. Yeah, maybe in your house they might get angry and you have to sleep on the couch. You're in the doghouse for a few nights. Yeah, in other worlds it's a little different, right? They lose their jobs, they get killed, arrested, fined, kicked out of the cool club. I know, so I think, a lot of people depend on those who are in the position to be able to speak about it without losing their job. And so everyone's just playing that game. Well, this is my job. I'm a YouTuber. This is how I make my money. Right, so it just gets fucking old, dude. Just a lot of fucking selfish, entitled brats is what I see. Hopefully, if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, or suggestions as to how we can help our children here and expose these networks and get people to wake the fuck up, stop acting like fucking children. I know, as you can see, even in situations where it's just one crazy person and you got like 5-6 officers there, even sometimes they have a hard time. So yeah, we're dealing with a lot of crazy people. And when you're dealing with those crimes that aren't being done like right in your face, a public disturbance, or right, it's these behind the door, unspeakable. It's untouchable on either side when you see it, huh? But it's right there, smack it around, huh? Gets so fucking stupid. Right, so do you have any suggestions as to how we can get people to speak openly? I mean, so many people have fought for freedom of speech, and then when people don't exercise that right, I mean, you don't have to. We're not saying, right, but in certain situations, and when not only do they not exercise that right, but they choose to actually use loopholes and try to fuck the system in whatever way they can and create situations where they can get lawsuits. I mean, that's created so many horrific scenes over the years where we've seen innocent law enforcement and citizens get killed and ambushed by these fucking situations they create with retards, as they call them, and drug addicts, over-medicated. Put a gun in its hand. Give it some what? Tell it, this is an old game. They've been doing it for years. It's nothing new. Right, and it happens, and you just deal with it the best you can when things happen. So we're dealing with a situation where we have young children in the hands of a sick, murderous pedophile who tried to kill me, vaccinated my youngest 2 children, 2013. Okay, when you go back and you check out the little boy he beat up in the tub, what about that? Right, so when you start getting into it, just all these little things, each on their own is a huge alarm, and they're ignoring it all because they're so gung-ho, that Trump hate, trying to get the Karen or the non-vaxxer, the bully. They're fucking immature, nasty fucking people, dude. Holy shit. Right, so I could fucking care less. We're trying to help our children while these people play their fucking games. Do you understand? Alright, much love, health, and peace to you all. Saturday morning here, 5:31. Yes, we're off to class. We're going to do some reading and music. Because it's what we like to do. What are you doing? I mean, we're having our coffee, reading some morning news. That's just one of our hobbies. Right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Hello.
High school. Get him. Put it in low gear. Happens all the time. You get in, put that gear shift down. Oftentimes it goes down into low, and you can hear it as soon as you start to drive. The engine starts revving. Quiet! Stop!